It essentially draws on everything that's present right at the moment. So to have this come available right after solstice, and of course with everything that's been happening in the news, to be able to engage our luminous field, to be able to update our energetic presence with the gifts of energy from the lineage itself is really, I would say, a rare opportunity and an opportunity appropriate to this moment in time. Um, so essentially, Wilbert will say more about the nature of the rite from his point of view and engaging to be ready for these moments. And he's drawing on the lineage connection that he has and just all the inspiration and all the presence that he has at this time. So it really is similar to a software update. It's similar to being able to let go of certain constraints and open a new line of connection and communication with the lineage itself. So I wanted to say that it's curious that Wilbert is having a little bit of an issue getting on because he's so present and he's so enthusiastic about being with us these Saturdays that it's been possible. So I think there's a little bit of energetic dissonance that he's needing to get through. And if we look at our own lives, maybe there's something of that that we have in ourselves. So I'll be quiet for a moment and just see if Wilbert can get on. But I just wanted to give you a tiny background of the rites themselves. I asked him what rite he would like to give, and he said, "Of course, the Mosoq Karpay. You know, of course, the new rite. Of course, the right to bring the presence of the moment to us as a community and to us individually." So, Tricia, any luck?
I see Wilbert is on screen. I don't see him yet. I see his name and I don't hear his audio yet.
Okay.
Hey, you want to talk about resistance? I just fell off my chair. The chair leg broke and I just fell down and went boom, wiped out. And it was crazy. It was just crazy. Anyway, I think I'm okay. But
I think that's what we're talking about. I mean, it's important to not get too taken away by the news of the moment. But we live in this time. We chose to be here at these moments. And so to refresh our luminous field in the midst of all that's occurring, it's probably a really good thing for the lineage as a whole, since we're its representatives.
Oh, I hear a flute.
Yes, you're calling me. What happened?
Wilbert needs to, we can actually hear him on screen.
Okay, good. But yeah, okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Is everything okay? Okay.
We just need to see your picture if
Okay,
possible.
right now, okay?
There we go.
Here you go, okay? Everybody's okay? Everybody's ready? Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
okay?
we can see you and we can hear you. And Wilbert, let me just do a quick introduction.
Okay, thank you. That's very good. That's very good.
Okay, so welcome everyone. Thank you all for being here. And I just want to do a very quick introduction. I'm Tricia Bennett. I am one of the founding members of Shamans Directory. This is one of twice monthly live events that we have. Shamans Directory is a new online directory for shamanic healers and teachers and can be found at shamansdirectory.com. And I just want to, we've waited a few minutes this morning, so we'll get started right away. And I'll just introduce you to Wake Wheeler and to Wilbert, Salas, Atasi. And Wake is from Sacred Pathways, and Wilbert is from Peru. He's a tour guide, he's a businessman, and he's a Paco, and he's here to deliver this beautiful rite for us today. So I will turn it over. Thank you both.
Okay, thank you, Tricia, and thank you, Awake, for this moment. Just in a special month and just a special day. Yesterday and this week was very nice and very sacred day for us, so special days, since we change the position of the land. And for us, it's so important. According to my tradition, it's really, really a nice thing that we have to be in good balance with the Mother Earth and with the spirits. That's the ones that we have to tell you that in my tradition, it's so important that, otherwise we are not here. Otherwise, there is no way how to continue in the life. Remember that, we were talking that in this life, it's so important to appreciate ourselves. And this appreciation days is going to be today, this week, appreciate to the Mother Earth, appreciate to the spirits, appreciate yourself, and appreciate to everybody, because, someone, or everybody who come to us, or everybody who's in the life, always they have a special thing inside, and they need to share, and they need to open, and they need to put in the service of themselves, and after that on the service of the rest of the people. So what we are going to do, in effect, is going to be the Mosoq Rite, which is really a nice thing. But first of all, to begin with these things, we have to open in the sacred spaces. We are going to start, please, to everybody to the eastern direction, please, to the east. Wilkanina intiteita sumarteita, hatunteita sumarteita, kunanka sumartea, kaiwa ekit kunan shaman. Shaman directory, chairman sumata kunanka ajinta hawarichinki, hatun kalpaita Mosoq Karpay, kai Mosoq kunanka tasni zunches. Kampa ya cheni kiwa kampa mone kiwa kampa yang kedi kiwa teite kunanka ratirisum. Hatun ya chay hatun mune hatun yang kay takam teite kunanka chachi ham kunan teite hatun amauta hatun ya chico sumartea kunanka dikin kuma tasnorinki. Yueniman churaikunki son como churaikunki pos como churaikunki alin sumakin ala sumata kuna chuya ina paskana pakete karmi kuna punche hatu karichonki kalin tate kuna hayori anki ya jikel pakita sumakin pakete sumata kuna wilkanina sumatin diteita kontra puchin sumata kam dite ke sonchi alto misek sumata kuna pakar minke khawari manki ya to mepen sumata pakete urpiche son coche ahora sí no to the south okay. Ay que te la gutiticata, un poco de aire sumato no te con la sinja poco atun la hija con una cambia el equipo con algo sumate con una atun calpata y voy en equipo nos punche que nos mucho punche con un punche me que va a ir con chasqui punche nos chorita kami chiche va en equipo y venían de purita y me que chica kan un curso que no hay copa jaun que soy en equipo por una equipo se ja por un equipo se por que ni equipo hay por una equipo suma puri kuna itu mana cakap sama ada khasnya kampanye ngomong sumata kuna sumata kuna ikut sumata kuna ikut paisam kita punya sumata cek kucinya mana sumata orang cik cek kucinya dia kuna kali itu orang cik tete ani kana ikut sumata itu tete ani tete ngai itu pakai bingkai itu sumata semua kasih dia kayak kuna betul shaman dari puri cek itu orang protes sumata kuna kali itu sama cek ani kata kuna sumata amacari kita change so como turani kunki atun kalpai kita tu ya je kita tu mulai kita tu kita ya ini mai kuna kacuri kunki alin kalpata semua kalpata jadi ini khosbun de kuna kacuri kunki alin semua kanan pot chuya kau se di kanan ko pepe urbite so coche ahora sí to the west okay. Conti aire te sumata conti suyo hampi te lago ti trelin lago ti ka hampi te sumata hampo oceano pacifico te sumata con anche panci chibaika yanke digita mone digita con anche inte che shaman director non sumata con anche samanchare ongi ko samanchare con abacha ongi ko ipni gati ko sumata cheren chiri ongi chuya te con anche chuya sumo kana iku ba chuya sumo purina iku ba chuya uma purina chuya ni kana iku ba chuya ni ba bisa iku ba kana chuya te con anche sumata con anche una c'è un tipo di c'è un tipo di te con un punce che interviene chi api no che Kuichi punje ko sumate tete ko na kai sa unji ko hatun ko sumate tete. Aling mi tete ko na kai ko pas kichas kan tete ko liping ko pung ko kichas kan sumate ko na kai ko kichas mata ko na sumate tas na lang ki buche saman chai ko chama chama ko ana chai ki peta ka din sumate sa ki hatun man ko la ta un tiro ko tete sumate or piche son ko ja ahora sí. Mira tu na daro. Hampi tete sumate ko na kai liping apo ko na hampi sumate ko Ipiki tete ko na ka sa minchero en kiko que yakte ko ko che mu tete ko na que vi que se shaman directori oxon ko tete kichas ko na ka alin chaski ko ko pa che ni ki ni ki lang ka ni chaski ko tete alin ka se tete ko na kayo en kiko alin ay ni ka na ko pa alin ay ni pilang ka na ko pa no kay ko kusto po ni ko pa may pinaka kiko pa sumata tete ko na ka kawari en kiko atun yang ni kiko Bendición que sa minchang que te con hatun ya je di con sumanya je di te con kan kam te de hampi que chamo ham trio en kiwe y me ka tim basanya isa ro ni te ama con ka kucha ma apa en kis con sumata kucha con mando con ka kaspicho en kiwe chama ta kaspicho pa ko te con ka alin ya mucho aquí que mosoq ta con ka ra ki en kiwe que mosoq Karpay te gipin ko mancho ya kan ko phalin kan ko panya ni ki ham punan ko pata or piche son ko chai tu pacha mamita Santa Madre Tierra, hampi na masumata ko nakakami masupang mamakanki. Kami sumak mamakanki at mamakanki sumata ko nakakami. Ay wala yung kiko ng kapuntal ko sumakay ko. Chay mo na inikitay ko ng pasariway ko. Chay mo na inikitay ko ng mas tayway ko. Chay lang inikitay ko ng pasariway ko. Chay hatun chay inikitay ko ng kakuan kiko ko ng punchay. Chay mosoq tenen na ba. Mosoq Karpay niyo ka ng tipo. Mosoq Karpay niyo ko ng gajang ako. Alin kitay ko ng gajang ako. Alin na ko ng gajang ako. Alinya po na ko pasal na po kami mamay kan kisa ba punje kay ko mami ko ta ko ko mana chakiti sa mana dai kasi ko yo ko ko kan pa sung ko kipo kay ko nang dai pa may sumakay ko nang katempat sa minita atong gal to sumakay pa tong ko nang kaisa ni ko dai ko alin ta ko nang kaisa way ko alin ta ko nang juta way ko chay ko inya atin hatun ko inya mon chira way ko kapag niya ni ko na ko pa pore ko niya ko na ko chay sung ko chay kami mamay mamita kan ki pasanta ko pa sa may pinagkatiros kami kurang ka ay sa hindi ito tawag ko may pinagkatiko pas kami mamay tapos ko ko kami may mamakatan ki manang kampak ka jaya na liora ko tuya tunga di pas kami kurang ka hindi ko to kunya sila sumat ko na ko ko kurang ko yo hindi ko na kayo rin ko shaman director ng kurang ka linda sumat ko na ka samiche tapos samiche ka mosoq ka sa ito sumat ko mosoq pa siya kaya kami na atong kawansi ko na ko alingan or pitation ko chay Surapro. Wakanta hatuta ita sumakta ita kami tete kan katun ya orang ka sutio tete pacha kamachik pacha echa pacha tusan hatun wira ko tete kami tete ko nang sumata ko nang kay Mosoq Karpay basta di banki ko chay shaman director una ko nang giping Wakeley man panay man ko nang kalipin te Trisha Robert lipin te ko nang kami tete kan kichoring tete kami echa singi tete ko nang katun ya masumanya man kuchinya man choray tete Kinilat ko ng kaliping nga po ko na itete ko na kasangit siliping kilaktan timbe mo tekso na yung diba po ko na Himalayas, Rocky Mountain, Botawon, yiping nga po ko na hampis tete ako sanggarte salkantay, hampi Machu Picchu, Ayno Picchu, Imanko, hampi Kiro, hampi tete ako yaro, hinalat ko na kasangit, Will Camayo, apuri na may lipikit sa ko na kaliping tete ko na kinilat ko na kasanyo ko, yuri sindo wang kasino kururo sindo pampagotso, sumahata ko na kasanyo dyan yung kosmo, Jay Mosoq Mosoq Karpay ko nang kayo orang tete linggal pa to sumakay pa tete hinilat ko nang kaliping ko na mga kotsa Atlantiko Pasifiko Mediterraneo liping ko na hampuchi tete sumakay hinilat ko na si antiwira ko lawira chinjiwira ko antiwira hinilat ko tete kan gurap kasang gitis hinilat ko hampuchi ko na tete Wilka Mayo Wilka Yaku Wilka Alpa Wilka Waira Wilka Inti Wilka Taita liping Wilka ko na tete Wilka Iwanchi ko na sumakay ko Jay Mosoq niya wanchura wikiko Jay Mosoq niya wanchura aspect ko na kalinte ko na Hawaii ko kapakanyanta ko rin ko kanyanta de chay kanay ko kampay yung may nikiwang kampay at chay nikiwang kampay lang kay nikiwang kampas sa chay nikiwang alin siya kasta ko de shaman director ta indasi niya po kung pursin ka ko ang music ang kato de nakatapos sumakay ko ng sa chay sumakay ko ng kamatsa ng de na negatives kay negative sumakay ko ng kato de kisumak punji intiray mikilap Kilapi, unang kakit unjay kung kay injay unjay pito sumat ko nang sa minsan kita tayong kanay ko sumat ko. Or pitay song ko jay. Okay, so that's beautiful. You know, what beautiful calling.
That's a big opening. That's a big opening, Wilbert.
In this special month, in this special month, which is your party. I say to the entity and your party, your day, your special day, blessing us and give us today a special Mosoq Rite for everybody who's come to this shaman directory and will be blessed with your Mosoq Karpay. Mosoq Karpay because they want to be in your great and your beautiful path. We want to be with you together always and show us the beautiful, the biggest path of the rainbow. So telling these things, I just opened these sacred spaces. Okay, so what you have to talk right now is going to be about Mosoq. What is the Mosoq? Mosoq is a Quechua word. Mosoq means new. So when we start like 5 or 6 years old in the high mountains or in the rich valleys, and we are with our grandfather, grandmother, and they are healers, we are together with them, we are just helping to them. And once we are helping to them, my father, they're gonna decide to give us a Mosoq Rite, and the Mosoq Rite is so special because that is the beginning of the path of the Paco. This is the beginning path of the shamans, we can say, the beginning of the healers from the great rich mountains, from the high mountains, like the Quero Nations, like my place. Like that I told you, it's not just the Quero Nations who just get until now this tradition. It's from the whole Andean part of Peru, north, center, and south. From this place, we are the healers. Of course, the Queros has a special place because until 1950, they were not part of a civilization of Peru because, they are conserving this tradition, alone in these high places. Of course, live over 4,800 meters from the sea level, it is a little hard, but they were there. But anyhow, our traditions right now here. For a long time, we suffered a lot by the Spaniards, that the Spaniards why not disappear all this nice tradition, and they say that is not good, that is not, that's from dimes, that is for not from people, they say, that's unhuman way. So that was not unhuman way. This tradition was just a part of us, which is, part of the life, part of the cause. Why we have to talk about the life? Because this is the cause of the people from the high mountains, how they were from the long time living together, just in great balance with the Mother Earth and with the spirits. And until now, thank you, we are doing. So Mosoq, how I told you, is a new thing. Since we learned it already a little bit, like helping to our grandfather or grandmother, we are going to receive this Mosoq Rite. But this Mosoq Rite is not going to be something that you have to start to be healing. It's not going to be like that. Once you receive the Mosoq, you are not going to be like a Paco. You are going to go inside of the great learning time. The great learning time, the Mosoq Rite is going to be to start your school in this Paco place. Start your healing way in this tradition. That is the beginning of the way. With this rite, with this Mosoq Rite, you are going to investigate yourself. But the first thing, you are going to know who you are. If you are going to be prepared to be in the service of yourself. And after that, you will decide to see the sacred places, the holy words that we use in this tradition, the places that we go and we make the ceremonies. And also you are gonna try to learn how to do your ingredients for your ceremonies, how to pick up your stones in different kind of places that you are going to go, like in the mountains, like in the lakes, like in the rivers. You are going to pick up your stones, and this stone is going to be your tools. And to prepare the ingredients is another thing. You are going to know which color represents the apple, which flowers, and that one. And for example, right now I can tell you, the first thing that I knew was the flowers. The red flower represented the Pachamama. The white color is going to be the apple, the god, the masculine place, and the yellow, the people. And that one later on you're going to use in your ceremonies. So this is, the first thing that I know when my father told me, hey, Wilbur, pick up the flowers. And I pick up many flowers, and he just choose 3 colors, red color, white color, and yellow color, and explain that. And from that time, I never forget. And right now you are learning today that, red is Pachamama, and white color is the apple, the masculine part.
Wilbert, I think this is really an important point. I think it's a really important point to go back to the origins of your knowledge, that it's from the fields, it's from Pachamama itself, it's from your grandfather who showed you the ways, starting with the flowers. It's an indigenous way. It's a way you grew up with. It wasn't a class. It was an experience with Mother Earth and getting to know her and receiving the information from your grandfather as he felt you were ready.
This is how I told you, this is a special thing because, the first message that I received from my father was that one. Hey, Wilbur, pick up the flowers. And, I went just to pick up flowers and pick up many colors of flowers. And actually, in the cultivation time in my village, there is many, many flowers. But inside of that, you're going to have white color, red color. But, he chose just, 3 colors, red, white, and yellow. And that was all, and start to do the ceremony with this. That was my first teaching. This was the first message, how I learned it. And that one, until now, I never forget, So that's what I tell. That's a very important to tell you that one, Like I say always, what I'm going to tell you now is just, what I have seen and what I have living in this tradition. So that was I think, my first class. But talking about the Mosoq, when you are going to receive your Mosoq Karpay, the father, your Pampa himself, is going to tell you, I give you this Mosoq Karpay. But with Mosoq Karpay, you have a special permit to learn about more about of these tools, about of these ingredients, about how to feel in the winds, how to see the clouds, how to see the fire. So these things you are going to learn. Because in this modern life, if someone wants to be a Paco or healer, they just maybe 2-3 times, they have experience with the winds or with fire, and they say, I am Paco. It's not like that. You need to try to yourself. You go alone to one place and see, look different ways of the wind, from which place is this wind come. And if this wind is cold, if it's warm, and what kind of wind is coming through also. That's why, how we learn that way, So that's very important, how you have to try to start to feel with the natural sacred spirits, For us, for example, the wind is a special spirit. Remember that in the life we have 4 sacred elements, like fire, like wind, the water, and the ground. And that one we need to learn how to touch them, how to give honor to them. That's, that is why that I say in my Pakaway, in my book, I say the Pakaway is going to be always, how to know to them, how to go to them, and how to know to yourself. And that's going to be very important because, this relationship, this interrelationship with you and with the wind, with you with the ground, with you with the water, with you with the condo, with the animals, with everything, is going to be the base, how big, how strong you're going to be in the future, like healer. That's so important. And after that, how I told you, you will decide and you will receive your Pampa Mesa, right? And after that, you are going to be the healer. But the Mosoq time, the Mosoq Karpay is going to give you opportunity to make your great initiation. And the great initiation is not mean, okay, I'm starting this and I'm doing to this. No. You have to try to yourself how you go yourself with the things, how you go with the spirit with the things, how you're going to feel the water if you're going to touch when you go to the lake, when you go to the river, when you go to the spring, touch the water, and how you receive the message from them. And after that, also you are going to know how to choose the coca leaves. And the coca leaves also can tell you if this today is going to be good day or bad day, because the coca leaves is like a green leaf, but it's special sacred. When you choose, sometimes you can feel like acid, and when you are gonna feel like acid, this day is not good for you, so you need to be careful about that. So things like that you have to learn, and it's going to be a big learning time. In effect, the Mosoq, when you're going to receive your Mosoq rite, it's not going to be just 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. It's going to be maybe 1 year, 2 years, more maybe. Because, to feel what kind of wind, to see what kind of cloud, to see what kind of rainbow you have in front of you. If this rainbow is making you happy, if this rainbow is giving you some message, things like that you have to learn in this Mosoq time. And for me, like Mosoq time is going to be the great learning time. In this great learning time, everybody's welcome. You know what happened? In this life, everybody is healer, everybody's Paco. What they need is just that they need to wake up. Somehow they are the healers. Somehow they know something special for this nice cause, for this nice life. And one ingredient can help a lot in our tradition. One small word can help a lot in this world. So, but that ones you have to learn in this Mosoq time.
So Wilbert, I think this is such a beautiful a gift that you are offering us, both the understanding of the rites, but to begin with an invitation, to begin with opening the door to the lineage once again. Many of the people on the call have taken shamanic training, and they're practitioners, well skilled in their own rights, and teaching classes and sharing their knowledge. And yet, this is a renewal. It's an invitation to go deeper, and it applies. Both to people who are quite experienced, as well as people who are freshly on the path. And that's what I like most. When we went together to the old church in December, and I asked, "What would you be willing to give me a rite?" And you said yes. What rite? The Mosoq. That there was no hesitation there. The Mosoq, to renew that relationship with the lineage, to renew that relationship with spirit. And I believe it's very beautiful language when you say this initiates the great learning time, a deepening of your learning, an openness to the messages of Pachamama and spirit through all the means that you're telling us, and to develop skills and to deepen skills that we may already have, to become more conscious about how we open directions, about the leaves for the quintus, about the despacho ceremony itself. So I really think this is a beautiful invitation to take the next step in our practice, and maybe even take a breath from our momentum of what we've been doing to renew the relationship.
Look, like that I tell you, this great learning time, I think everybody has already some ideas about this tradition, but very important is that, is that, for example, I talk already about your personal, about the spirits, how we have to go. But another thing also is, how to recognize the gates that we have, like a person, like, Viracocha Gate, Pachacute Gate, Imunay Gate, Costco Gate, Yusta Gate, and Mother Earth Gate. So these ones you are going to learn in this Mosoq in this Mosoq time, we can say, in this great learning time. And it's going to be also, not for example, you're going to know how to go to the spirit of the condor, why you are going to the spirit of the condor. I will just explain it. Because the spirit of the condor has relationships, especially with the upper world. Since he's connected with the upper world, he's also has a special relationship with Alto Messiah, which is the highest level of the path, or highest level of the healer. So, and why we have to go to Puma? Puma is Pampa Messiah, and under the Amaru, or the serpent, in the underworld, which is has a relationship with the beginning, because represented the fertilization, is fertility. So how we can be a good Paco if we don't have a good base? So that is a special relationship also from serpent, Puma, and Condor.
And I think,
Always,
Wilbert,
great.
I think, Wilbert, it's fair to say that you've always taught us to take care of ourselves first, to be attentive to our own needs and possibilities first. I'll just say once again, one of the most profound experiences that I had with you early on was getting off a van in there he goes. Getting off a van in the Sacred Valley to do a ceremony at the Serpent Rock, and everybody was ready to go and had their backpacks on, and were ready to take a walk. And what Wilbert said at that time was, "Feed yourself. If you expect to be in service of Pachamama, feed yourself first. Make sure you have the water you need. Make sure you have the sustenance you need. Make sure that you are in good balance yourself so that you can be in service to the world." And that was a subtle message, but a very practical one in the experience of meeting a sacred site. And I think an aspect of what Wilbert is saying is that he wants us to be ready. He wants us to be ready for the next opportunities that we have to be of service. And whether this is with clients, or whether this is in the classroom, or whether this is simply in our life with our families, our partners, and our friends, our local community. The core of the shamanism is to be in service. And that's what the Mosoq Karpay is all about. It's inviting us to a deeper service. It's inviting us to a more attentive vigilance. It's inviting us to the opportunities that we can be connected, not only with the lineage, which is so powerful, but with each other. And that's what I believe Wilbert really respects about the Shaman's Directory, just like today. It's bringing people together. It's allowing there to be a spiritual community. It's going forward with the strength of knowing that there are others who are deepening their own spirit quest and working on theirs. Now, Wilbert, I know we're getting to the Mosoq Karpay, but you want to show us Kintus. Is that what you're doing?
It's okay. So the first thing is Mosoq Karpay. It is very important to tell you that in this Mosoq time, what you have to learn is, Mike, how to do the Kintus, And Mike, the Kintus, you are going to need a 3 colors of flowers: red, white, and yellow. That one you're going to, and also the coca leaves in good condition, and also the llama fat. This is the llama fat, which is going to be like a glue, which represented the energy in our tradition. So it's easy to do, this once you have these ingredients, like your sacred mama coca, your flowers, and your llama fat. What you have to do is just to choose the 3 leaves and do immediately like this, pieces more of that, and you do this, and you do like this, and then make your own Kinto. That's going to be a nice Kinto. So, of course, in United States, in other places, there is no access to have llama fat. But what you can do? Also, we do in the mountain, because in the valleys, like in the jungle, there is no access to have llama fat. But what we do is just that we mix the honey with the corn flour. I'm going to teach you right now. So what we do just in your left side is going to be the Mother Earth, which is red color in the right side is going to be the white color, which is here, that one, like this, and yellow in the middle. So this is your quinto, okay? This is your quinto. And you must be do at least like this one for one ceremony around the 24 or 26 or 30, because you know, each intention is going to go in this quinto. For example, I will go, for example, to the Apu Himalayas. Apu Himalayas, please give me, I need that one, I need this, I need your help of that. You have to give me this. So my intention is going to go there, right? So this is that's why that we do at least a lot of them, you know, and each intention can go in each quinto. Like I was telling you, you know, in the United States or other places, there is no easy access for, you know, what you can do is just, you know, flour, 2 spoons, and, you know, a little bit of honey, see, honey here and mixed. And that's going to be your really very good natural, and also this is your natural, not fat, like a glue, and it's natural, okay? Once you have that one, you're gonna do exactly the same. You will pick up, you know, mixed very well, please. You have to be very consistent, because, you know, you have to mix it very well, and, you know, feel that it's okay. And then you can use like that, and that's gonna work very well, that one. And that one also we are going to use to make a take. Later on, I'm not like very nice about take. Take is another thing, another special ingredient for our ceremonies. So once you have here, you need just to put that one, and you're going to do this. Look, once you prepare, you're going to do, what you do is just like this also, like a glue. All right, it's come to here, and you have your beautiful, powerful quinto. See, easy, very easy. See, your red flower, red color, your white color here in the right side, in the middle, your yellow color, and it's done.
So Wilbert, I know you're
Right?
Wilbert.
That's it. So that one, that's easy. That is very good, because, you know, you have to know how to do your quintos, because the quintos is gonna be the most ingredients that you're going to use. Okay, that is how you have to learn in this Mosoq time. That's part of learning. But, you know, another ingredient that I want to talk next is going to be about the take. You know,
Okay.
what is the take?
Wilbert.
Take is going to be the key of our intake. Okay, yes, please.
Okay, well let's
Yes, I hear you.
let's get to the take, but I want to make sure that people understand the quinto, and that we get to review that a little bit, and see if there are any questions about it. Okay, and so I know on the one hand you're preparing us. Let us see your face again, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay.
There you are. There you go. Thank you.
Yes.
Your beautiful face. Okay. Now I know part of this is preparation for next month. Next month, we're going to help you put together a despacho, and the quintos have a big place in that. And I just want to say that in my experience, and maybe others share this, is that I thought there were simply 3 leaves and then 2 flowers. And the 3 leaves, as I understood it, were a part of the 3 worlds, like the Uhu Pacha, the Kai Pacha, and the Hanak Pacha, the lower world, the middle, and the upper. And that we would add 2 flowers, the red flower for Pachamama and the white flower for the Apus and the stars. And it was you who taught me in your classes or on our journeys that there was yellow involved too. And I was so curious about that because that hadn't been a part of my initial instruction. And what you explained in there with that is the yellow is, as you've said this morning, is the community. And I just wanted to say how important that is, especially in relationship to the Shamans Directory and everything that we're striving to do here, is to bring together that it's the Pachamama honoring, it's the Apus, it's the Chaskas, the stars, but it's also the community. It's essentially the community that we bond with one another. We learn with one another. We learn from one another, and you brought that into the Kintu for me. You brought that into the prayers. Is that it's to the earth, it's to the stars, but it's also to one another. And is that what you were initially taught?
Yes, of course. One Kintu is represent, the upper world here, world, underworld, this great condor, the serpent. That's why, the Kintu is not like a coca leaves and that's all. No, Kintu is going to be, the special connection with the upper world, the connection with this world, and connection with the underworld. On the same time, we are going to go to the trilogy spirits of the animals like a condor, puma, and serpent. On the same time, we are going to go also, with the red colors. What we are representing, we are representing the Mother Earth with the red color. Yellow will be the people, which is the Kaipacha, and upper world, the white color. That's it, So when we do the Kintus, this one is going to be a special thing for our ceremony, because in this Kintu, we are going to say our intentions. In this Kintu, we are going to say, I will put, for example, for Tricia, to have a good health, to have a good classes, to have a good wedding, to have a beautiful life, to have a good job. So all of these things we are going to say. But back of that, we have these great trilogies, the three spirits, the three worlds, So these ones we are telling. And also, and a special thing which come from us, from each one, is going to be your knowledge, your love, your energy is going also in these Kintus, because your Yache, your Mune, your Yanke is going to go in this Kintu. Because, if you have some problem, if you have something, what you are looking for is always to be happy. And to be happy, what you are going to ask? To have a beautiful knowledge, to have a beautiful experience, to have a beautiful love, and finally to have a good job and have a good medicine if you have some problems, spiritual and physical. That's why that we do the Kintu. Okay.
And Wilbert, it seems like you're saying that the Kintu could be produced individually with bay leaves or whatever we have accessible to ourselves at any time for alignment with our intention. Is that right?
That's right. In places that we cannot have access, of course, for example, bring coca leaves, from here to Europe or from here to the United States or somewhere, it's not allowed. So what you can use is bay leaves. Bay leaves work very well. Works is gonna be welcome. And also another kind of leaves, if you consider sacred, just to use it. But the intention here is the best. Of course, if you can use the coca leaves, which is according to my tradition, a special sacred, that's okay. But in places, if you don't have, okay, let's go to the Mother Earth and ask, what kind of leaves I can use. For example, in my place, I have looks like close to coca leaves. I have shaman. The name of this herb is shaman, and it's exactly the same of the coca leaves. And sometimes we use that, and that is another special, medicine plant. So we use also that one. But how here in Peru, inside of Peru, we can just transport coca leaves. We use coca leaves because we consider it so sacred. That's it.
And what I'm understanding.
So about the leaves, though.
What I'm understanding is this is part of the great learning time. What you're talking about, you're going on to the homework. You're going on to the practices after we receive the rite. And yet, what I believe that you're showing us is that being a shaman, that accepting this invitation for the great learning time, invites us to integrate these practices in our daily lives. Like we can do a despacho, and yet what you're just showing us now is the quintus with 3 leaves to align the different parts within us, the munai, the love, the yachai, the learning, the yankai, to walking with heart in the world, that these can be aligned and affirmed through the quintu, through a prayer in simply 3 leaves and 3 flowers, to promote this alignment, to further our intentions. And then usually we bury the leaves. Is that what you suggest?
Yeah, why I'm trying to teach you how to do the quintus, because the quintus is going to be the special ingredient, the special tool in our ceremony. If, for example, if I want to do something special, you know, maybe I forget it. What I can do it is just at last I can pick up 3 words and I can say, oh, I'm forgetting this. Also, I need, please, I go to the Mother, for example, Mother Earth, please forgive me as forgetting that, you know, there is very by dry time, but please, you have a powerful knowledge, you have a wonderful love, and you have a powerful energy that you can take solve about this problem. So I can put that one. That is why it's so important how to do the quintus, and the quintus are going to be your special ingredients. The candies, you know, and other things is going to be, you know, like a additional, but you know, the quintus is so special. This is the ingredient what we have to, and we have to know how to do, and the meaning of this, you know, like that I told you, coca leaves, these 3 coca leaves are going to be meaning many things. It's not just your knowledge, it's not just your love, it's also your connection with the spirits, it's also your balance with the Mother Earth, and also how you are feeling yourself and how you have to go with your intention in the ceremony. So this is why, that's why that I'm teaching you that one, you know. So it's that one. And of course, we are going to have a take, we are going to have Lama Firus, we are going to have the Mother Earth representation in the flocks. Yes, they are important too. But you know, with that, we are saying, that is what I give. We are giving that. But with this, we are asking. I'm asking through this quinto. I'm asking, please, I need that one. With this quinto, I am asking you, I make my Mosoq right today. I want to make today my renewal of my knowledge. I want to make, you know, my life, I want to change today because I am not getting good. I'm getting worse. So change me, give me the medicine, give me your powerful knowledge, give me your path, give me your vision to see what happened. It's like that. That's why the quinto is so important, you know. So in quintos, we are going to ask these things, you know. And after that, you know, why I'm trying to take about the take. Take basically is a color, could be white, red, or yellow, or any color. But this take, we need dress that one.
Yep.
We can make with 7 colors, or just we can make with 4 colors. In this case, I'm going to do 4 colors, okay? Because the take is going to be the keeper. When we are going to pray, when we are going to remember that, when we are going to pray, and we are going to go to the different spirits, with this take, we are going to go to the spirits. With this take, we are going to go to the Mother Earth, and we are going to say, because the take is going to be the keeper of our intentions also. It's going to keep intentions. What I'm using is Kor and Lama Fat. Okay? And I'm going to dress with 4 colors. And 4 colors is going to be red, yellow, white, and pinky.
What's the pink for then?
So this is going, this is the 4 directions, okay? And What I'm going to do is just a pick up, like candies. In your place, you can buy just a lentils, chocolate lentils, and you can do it, and with that you'll be okay. But here we have access to buy in the shaman store or pulp store, this color of candies, like yellow, and it has to be 7 of them. Because why 7? Because the 7 represent the happiness, represent the rainbow. Okay, so that is why that we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of them. So I'm putting the yellow, and after that I will put the red color, red color, which also I'm going to pick up 7 of them, and I'll put here 7 of them, and that's the famous Take. How I told you, Take, the keeper of our intentions, the keeper of all of our asking. Science coca leaf is just for ask, but that is going to be the keeper. We will bring, because we are going to live maybe in the world. Maybe we are going to visit 7, and after that, what I have to do, the pinky color. The pinky color. How I told you, you can buy.
Wilbert, I think it's
chocolates.
Important to say that the first time that I noticed this take, which is the corn, and there are alternatives that can be used if you don't have corn. But the way I've seen Wilbert use this is at the center of his despacho. And for those of you who are familiar with the prayer bundle or despacho, is that it's a meal to spirit, and it's crafted to give back to Pachamama. And I had not seen this in a different ceremony, but what I saw was Wilbert craft the core of the despacho, right in the center of it, the beautiful adorned corn cob, using the 4 colors as the directions, as Wilbert said, and the 7 holding the place of the rainbow. Wilbert describes the rainbow as being the closest to Sami, the energy of light, the energy of lightness, the energy of joy, the energy of power. And the take then, adorned as he is crafting it, serves as the centerpiece of the prayer bundle, of the despacho. And it holds all the intentions. It holds all the prayers and lifts them up and lifts them out into the Kausai Pacha. While Wilbert's crafting this, there was a question about the cocoa leaves that has been answered there in the text. The Hanak Pacha, the upper world, the Kai Pacha, the middle world, and the Hu Pacha, the lower world. It's also Munai. Munai, curiously enough, love, that's in the Kai Pacha. So that's in the center. We live in the universe of love. It's Yachai that's in the upper world. And that is in the Hanak Pacha. Yachai is the great wisdom. And Yankai, finally, is in the lower world. That's really walking our steps of truth and heart in the world. So that's what's so important about the coca leaves. And here's Wilbert's presentation of a beautiful take with the 4 colors of the foundation. And then again, you see these patterns repeated again and again, the white and the red carnations, the road that we walk upon, and the celestial firmament, and Pachamama's path through the cosmos. So this is aligning the direction of our path on this earth with all possibility in creation, and holding any intention, any prayers that we have in the center. And obviously corn is so important in the Andean experience. There's so many different kinds of corn, and corn is integrated completely within the culture and the spiritual reality of the Andes. And this being the centerpiece of the despacho, this holds all the prayers, all the intentions, all the love, all the energy, all the intention that's being placed in the despacho. It's a beautiful piece, Wilbert.
Okay, this is how I told you. I'm doing this one for the four places. I'm going to go to the Antihuayra, Collahuayra, Chinchayhuayra, the wind of the east, the wind of the west, the wind of the north, the wind of the south. Why? Because in this ceremony, I'm going to do for the world. What do you mean the world? I'm going to integrate to everybody, all the social problems, all the natural problems, all the things which happen with the humanity. We are going to put our intentions in this tate. In effect, the tate will be the keeper of our intention with with four colors. Why? Because I'm going to go to the world. It's going to be, the biggest concentration of the speech and make real our askings. So this is with four. And also, look, what we can do also is going to do with the 7 colors, like this one. I made already with advanced. So I have here. This is the 7 colors, the rainbow colors, okay? You can see.
That's so beautiful.
Okay. This is special because, if we want to do like a ceremony, why we are doing the ceremony? Because somehow we are going to be happy. And if you are going to be represented by the rainbow, and the rainbow has 7 colors, that's why that we do this, And inside of this is yellow corn. The yellow corn is really corn that we use for everything. We use for beer. We use for toast. We use for different things, for our lunch, for dinner, for breakfast. So that's why that we represent, and we are going to be happy. And that's going to be our take. That's going to be the keeper of our intentions, the best holder of our askings that we are going to do. All right. So that's it. And knowing this, the quintos and the take, you are already like 30% of back away. You are already like.
Okay, this is an incredible presentation, Wilbert, because not only are we warming up to receive the Mosoq Karpay rite, but you've already given us 2 profound practices that we can engage during this great learning time. And
I think next time when we're going to meet, I'm going to do a nice ceremony for you guys. So there I'm going to use and explain a little bit more, ingredient by ingredient, why we are putting this, why we are doing this or like this, So I think the next time we are going to do a nice and great hayuariku, which is a despacho,
Yeah. Okay, so here let's take a little pause right here, and I think we want to prepare ourselves to receive the rite. And what do I mean by that? I mean that there has.
I think there is a lot of questions. Please, let's go for the questions, and after that, I'll give you answers. Please, I think because sometimes it's not easy to keep all the things that I'm talking, but if they can ask we can give answer, please. Let's give a time for them to time. Your connection, I think, is that Yache, right thinking, Munay, right loving, Yankee, right doing. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Do you bring the kids on? Okay. Hello, everybody. Paula, are you there? Hello.
Yes, I am.
I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
If everyone, if you have a question, if you could put it in the chat.
Robert, your connection is not good. It's okay. Go ahead.
Well, Wilbert, I want to ask, are you suggesting that we could use the quintus on a daily basis, or we could use the take and put our intentions in there? Are these examples of what we can do in our daily lives? There was a question about what to do with the quintus once they're finished, and to bury them or to burn them. Do you have a comment about that?
Okay, please. When we do the ceremony, when we're going to do, it's like, you know, we are going to make a base with the 4 directions. And after that, we are going to put all the bad experience, bad energies, all the hooches, we are going to put it down. And
Yeah.
after that, we are going to put our take, you know, we are going to do our take. Why? Remember, is going to be the best keeper of our intentions. Okay, so I'm going to put first this one, and after, because you know, of course, before to put this to my ceremony, I'm gonna go to all the spirits. I will go to the upper world. I will go to the underworld. I will go to the 4 directions. I will go to the 4 sacred winds. I will go to the lakes. I will go to the rivers. I will go to the animals. I will go to the everybody. I will go, and after that I will put, because this is the keeper. And once I'm going to put this one in the middle of the despacho, what I'm going to do with the quinto is, please, with this quinto, I am asking to be healthy myself. I will put around of the stack, around of the stack. See, that's why you can eat that. You can have idea why I have to, and why that one is going to be the keeper of all intentions. Around of this tag, I'm going to put this one. And around of this, I will put the candies. I will put another ingredients. I will put also the lake in the front of that, which is, you know, next time I'm going to teach how to do the representation of the water, you know, which is going to be in the shell, in the couple, and, you know, next one, and that one. And that's it. So just to keep in mind, it's easy to learn. I put this on first because this is the keeper of our intentions. But the intention, how's going to go? With the quinto. If this, I'm going to say, yes, with this, that's for Robert to be healthy. That's for Robert, that's for Wakey, that's for Tricia to have a good love. This is for Tricia, and that is, you know, to have a good job. And finally, she's asking for a great medicine. Okay, and we will put that. Okay. So when I'm going to make the despacho, you will have much more idea what is that about.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, and I think it's important to realize that these, it's like the mesa.
So-
there's the mesa altogether.
The leaves, please don't. Okay, the mesa is so different. The mesa is the toll of the Paco, of the healer. The mesa is a special sacred bundle, you know. Hatun ila kipu, that's, you know, a special one. So of course, when you are going to do your ceremony, your mesa has to be in front of you, you know.
Okay.
Blessing with the knowledge, blessing with the energy. Of course, has to be that. This is my mesa, for example, you know. Okay, so it has to be, and you know, if you have mesas from different people that come to you, well, they can put, but normally people doesn't come with mesa because they don't have. But your mesa is going to be there because you believe and you trust that your mesa have special energies because the healing stones are there. Your sacred things are there. So that's why that you put. And you start to do, you know, your ceremonies. But today we are not doing the ceremony. We are trying to explain what you have to do in Mosoq time. In Mosoq time, you know, the first thing that we have to know is how to do the quintus and how to do the take, okay?
Yeah.
And after that, you have already like 30% of them. And after that, additionally of that, You need to know how to do the representation of the lake, of the river, of the oceans. That's the mama cocha. And the mama cocha we do just in the shelly, and we put to the aeranting masinting, and after that the 3 leaves, and also the flute, and after that the seeds which come from the jungle, the wairuros, and with that we are doing the representation of the water, the sacred water.
Okay,
Okay.
Wilbert, may I
Yes,
ask?
please.
May I ask then, in terms of being ready to receive the Mosoq Karpay rite, what do you suggest for the people? Because if I feel like I'm completely full, like I'm already, I don't think I have enough room, for it. So I need to. I feel like I need to prepare myself to be available, to have a desire to want to receive this blessing. Not that I know everything, not to be all full, but to be available to receive. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yes, of course. To receive the Mosoq Karpay, first, you don't have to be a special person. Second, you don't have to have nothing with you, nothing. Third, you need to be just open. Be open means that you are ready to go inside of this tradition. That you believe yourself, that's the beginning of the path. Be ready yourself. Be open yourself. But for that, believe yourself. Please, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to everybody to ask yourself who you are, what you are doing here, why you are here, and what you want to do with this. Unconsciously you go, yes, I'm ready to receive. And it's just like this, your hands, your Nusta hands, receive in this Nusta hands, this Mosoq Rite. And with this Mosoq Rite, learn everything from this tradition. Like that we learned how to do the quintos. But after that, I'm going to repeat again. Much more will be how you are going to be your service for yourself. That's very important. How nice has to be your service for you, and how big is your powerful belief in yourself, and how you can trust. That's very important. Otherwise, that's gonna be just a show. But to be inside of that, please go with yourself. Just I give you 5 minutes, and after that, I'm giving you this blessing.
Okay.
I'm not giving you the blessing. The blessing is going to give you the spirits, the spirit of the great Mother Earth, the spirit of the apples of the mountains, of the animals. Everything's going to give you welcome. But remember what I told you. First is going to begin with you, otherwise not. Condor is not going to give you. You are going to go to Condor how to get knowledge from him or from the Condor. You are going to do, not the Condor. So that is why this tradition is something special. If you want to shift the life, if you want to shift the lives of another people, that one you have to practice. Go yourself first, and after that, you'll be ready. It's like, in the simple words, all the psychologists in the modern life says, if you love yourself, you'll be ready to love. That's perfect. That's nice. But let's put in practice.
Yeah. And I want to highlight something that you just said, Wilbert, which is, in a way, you aren't giving anything to us. What you're doing is you're suggesting that we be ready to receive the invitation for the great learning time. And if we're ready, if we're open to that, and we share this readiness with you, because I feel like when you're offering the rite, the transmission, the energy, you're in that vibration, you're in that way. And if we can lift up, or if we can resonate ourselves with what you're offering, it reawakens something that's already within us. And so while there is a theory that you're planting seeds in our energetic field, there's also a point of view that we're aware of this already, but we need to share it. We need to receive it. We need to lift up and be in the vibration of the new right, of the new possibility, of the new trust in ourselves and getting to know ourselves so we can serve even better. And if we reach that vibration, if we're able to open ourselves without criticism, without question, to being in this place of the lineage that allows us to renew, that it'll strengthen what's already inside us. It'll strengthen the part of our luminous field that's ready to learn, that's ready to practice, that's ready to take this knowledge and integrate it into our lives. So this is one of the reasons why I believe it's so important. You called sacred space in such a beautiful, emotive way, a real, authentic way. And I know your intention here is deep, that you want everyone to share this newness. You want everyone to share this learning time and to be invited and let them experience it themselves. And it's your sincerity in this that we can join and that we can receive the vibration together. We can reach for that and we can experience it together. I just feel it's a great gift. Even to hear you talk, I understand the sincerity of your practices. I'm questioning how can I integrate it into my life? And I think that's what the great learning time is all about. But you're giving us a great invitation, and we can reach for that space and we can join it with you and all be in a changed vibrational state together that can last and move forward.
Yeah, great. You clarified very well. You know, I wanna share one experience what happened with me when I was trying to make my mosoq. I think my mosoq rite with my grandfather was my father, in fact, was just a very easy, you know, when he says, okay, you like this? You are ready? You love this? You want to do this? I say, yes, yes, yes. Okay, I give you this, come on. And he just put them in my hands and say, okay, the mosoq rite with you, mosoq rite, mosoq rite. Well, call to the spirits and give me the mosoq rite. And you know, I was already inside. And enthusiastically, I was doing much more, you know, so that's why I learned it. In effect, you know, there was no big teachings like, you know, you have to do this, you have to know, just looking, just helping, and, you know, we are ready. And, you know, after that, to receive our Pampa Mesa rite, you know, something special from my father, and also from Don Francisco. You remember, you know, I received also from Don Francisco because also I was receiving in Guaman Ripa. You've been there, Wakeley, so that was, you know, nice too, you know. But before I did write my Pampa Messiah, so this like these things, you know. So it's okay. So I don't know if everybody is ready to receive, but there is some questions here. They tell me Kintu. Yes, Kintu Aymara Chilta. That's it. You know, Puku. Yeah, Puku is something special in the Andean part. We say, and we have special songs also from Puku. Puku means when we are ready. Puku means when we already done. You know, so Puku means when you feel out. So when you are ready, you know, your mosoq time, you are ready to receive your Pampa Messiah. And Pampa Messiah is a special permit to be a healer, to be a Paco, to be a Laika, if you don't mind, you know, and to make your healings and to make your ceremonies. That's it. But that one, you know, for us, according to my tradition, it's not going to happen just very easy. It's not going to be just from 1 year to another year. In my case, was I think like 10 years or 12 years, and after that I was Pampa Messiah. You know. So it's like that. So this mosoq rite will give out to everybody opportunity to be inside of this tradition and learn more about that. And the learning is not just to say, okay, I'm ready. It's, you know, I need to feel yourself. You know, I need feel myself. And after that, I say myself, I'm gonna say, I'm ready. Okay. So, but you know, on the back of that, you have already your great experience. You have already your love. Somehow you are gonna be in the moment. Somehow you are gonna be upset time of problems. You have this part of your life, this part of your spirit, part of your life has to say, yes, I am Wilbert. So discourage us out and be clean spiritually and physically and go ahead. That's the way that we have to do the healers, you know. When you're going to do your ceremonies, always be happy, because what you are doing, you are making people happy because you are shifting the life. That's, you know, that's one of the things that we have to learn also in the Mosoq time. In the Mosoq time, one experience that we are going to expect it is a lot of people will come with the sad problems, but it's not time to go inside of the sad time if you are going to be the healer. It's going to be the stop the sad time, stop the bad things which happen to your client or to your patient. That's also that you have to learn. Because if I am going to be sad, if I am going to be pissed off also like that my patient is pissed off, this work is not going to be pissed off. It's not going to be good. It's going to be bad. You know, that's why that you are healed. That's why that they ask you, you are ready? You are strong to be in this way? It's okay. Go ahead, no problem. Receive and learn and welcome to this path.
It's a beautiful offering, Bert. The willingness, your willingness to offer this, your willingness to think about this, your desire to share this new rite with everyone, and to help bring everyone along. It's a great service, and I hear it's a happy time.
Yeah. Okay, we are ready to receive, okay?
Everyone ready?
Everybody's ready? Okay, very good. Please,
Okay.
one thing what we are going to do is, please, if you have Florida water, if you have something like alcohol or something special, please, if you have feather, if you have baculas, please, if you have baculas, okay?
Okay.
Try to clean yourself. Okay?
Okay.
Giuseppe, like me, please. Please, okay, everybody. Giuseppe. Angka tete sumah punci angka sumah cep kunang sumah tete kunang kawal tete kunang sumah mosoq karpay mosoq ya cewa mosoq mulai mosoq kan pulang kopa mosoq mancurai pi hatun ya ce hatun mosoq ya ce pacaman mosoq ya ce paca time to learn ya ce paca time to learn ya ce paca.
Clean off anything that doesn't fit with this intention, anything that resists learning and being open to this process.
Ahora sí, Kunanga. Now, please, once you finish, put your hands like this. So what I'm going to go out now is like Pampa Mesa. I'm going to go to the upper wall first. Hana pacha taitei, taita suma taita taitei. Kami kasangis taitei hatun chaska suma chaska, chakan hatun chakana mama koto. Yes, upper wall we have Pleiades, we have Southern Cross. I'm going there. Okay. Hatun chakana Pleiades mama koto lipinga puna lipin chaska kuna intitaita mama kia sumata kunanka. Kay lipin runa kuna manta kuna chasichinki kay Mosoq Karpayta kay Mosoq Karpayta kay Mosoq sumata yachanan kupa. Yang nikipi alin yachanan kupa. Yang kay nikiwan alin pulinan kupa. Sumata kunanka panchilichinki. Chay munay nikita son konko hupi sumata panchilichinki. Sumata kunanka koskung manchuray kunki hatun kalpata. Alinta kunat akarinan kupa. Alin kausayman chura kunan kupa. Liping apukuna sumata tete kunanka. Inalita kaya kampas liping apukuna kasangkitis apu Himalayas. Apo Everest, apo Rocky Mountain, apo Patagonia, Aconcagua, liping apukuna sumata kuna Hampuichis, kuna kalinta hay varios muchos que sumata kuna. Tukuy mosoq yachaywa, tukuy mosoq munaywan, tukuy mosoq pilantaywan. Inayata hangunapas kuna apukuna kasi apo Ausangate, apo Salpantay, apo Pachatuson, apo Amangripa. Apo poko niliping apo ko na tete sumato ko na apo askarang. Hampo tete niliping apo ko na tete nutlak tampi kasan ko. Kaya tawan tinsulak taba apo ko na hampo tete Mosoq Karpay jere kung kitis Mosoq jere kung jere kung sumata. Kung ang kamusulan ka ng kupakalin ka ng sumata ko. Kinajata tete kontora pucing hatung kontora pucing hatung apo hatung au kirach sumata tete kung ang Mosoq Karpay mancure kunti. Ya chay nikita mo nikita ka nikita ya ng kupakalin na tete. Kinajata puma hatung chokrinchay hampu tete sumata ko ng hampu tete sumata ko ng churay pi Mosoq Karpay ang kay Mosoq Karpay pi alimpur ng kupa sumakpur ng kupa. Ya chay ning mga ining mga yan kay ning ng churay pi tete kinajata ko na. Amaru sa chamama sumata ko ng kampas tete sumata churay kunki sumakay Mosoq Karpay o Mosoq Munay o Mosolang kay dikiwan. Ipuri chinki ko ng alinte ko ng sumata sapi cha chinki alinte ko ng sumata kaiwa chinki alin kanampa sumata ng patita. Kinajata ko ng kaliping mayo ko na liping kocha hatong kocha o mga kocha hindi kocha kata kocha liping kocha ko tete. Kambi kasi hindi tete sumata ko ng kaparina kocha. Liping tete kocha ko ng hampasya ko ng kaliping. Kinajata ko ng anti-waira ko yawaira chinki waira ko liping waira ko ng hampasya tete ko ng kinajata ko ng Wilka uno, Wilka alfa, Wilka waira, Wilka nina. Sumahta pindisingi sa minchangi galing ka na sumahta tete ko ng pindi ko ng minchangi. Mosoq hache, mosoq muna ito ko ng mosoq mansura kung tete, mosoq lang kaibigan ng kupakinyan ko. Kinajata señor de Coyorito, señor de Ocorudo, señor de Huanca, señor de Pampacucho, sumahta ko ng chore kung tete ko ng kaya yung kanang pa sumahta ng alinte ko ng sumahta ko ng kay Mosoq Karpay chore kung kaya yung kanang pa sumahta ng tete. Mosoq ang puri ng ko sa kuno sumata ko ng kay ko ng kay changka ko tete sumata niya kay kita ko ng kamo ko lang kurang ka tete kung kikyo ko ng ka. Give us today everything, all the ways, all the tools, all the ingredients, and all the teachings, all the experience that you have give us today to be Mosoq. Give us today your path. Open your gate for this learning time. Open the gate for this Mosoq Rite. To everybody to go inside and give us your beautiful path with your knowledge, with your love, with your energy, and with your great medicine. That's what we need. We want to shift my life and we want to shift the lives. So give us opportunity to be with you and give us everything. We are ready for this. We are ready because we were preparing for the long time. We are ready, and right now we are in your gate. Thanks to open your gate, and we will be there. And we are hungry to learn. We are thirsty to learn, to touch your heart, to touch your mind, to touch your body, and receive the blessing from everything. Thank you, thank you. Mosoq Karpay, 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 Mosoq ang kunapa. Okay, that's the Mosoq. Simple thing and so powerful. Now, let's learn more. Questions about what we have to do now. What's the next?
Okay, let's feel anyone write their responses in there, or their experiences in the chat, or share it if you care to. It's simple and it's profound at the same time.
I just love how Wilbert gives us these profound teachings, and at the very end he says, okay, that's it. Yeah, it's beautiful.
What was your experience, Tricia?
My experience was just really being open, just feeling my chest expand, my heart expand, and really feeling the opportunity of it. It felt like hitting the reset button. You know, just it's an opportunity to, yeah, to begin again, to learn more. Yeah. Francine says she felt herself getting taller and her heart expanding, and warm energy, lighter, happier, excited about what's coming. Lots of great experiences in the chat. Powerful, energetic transmission coming in and flowing strong. Energy, and someone said energy in their palms and their crown. It's powerful. Sometimes it's hard to express it.
And it's subtle too. I mean, it's there's all that talk. Like I really thought that it would go today, that Wilbert would come in and introduce the rite and give it to us right away. But he chose, as often he does, he chose a different way. He chose us the work first. He chose us the work of being a shaman, and to actually be intent about the prayers, to actually use those kintus, a very simple practice, but very profound in its own way, to integrate prayer for ourselves, for the community, into our practice. And the take, the importance of holding the intention, not letting the intention go away, but holding the big intentions in the ear of corn, and letting us know that this shaman path, this opening of the gate and the portal, involves practice. It involves energetic transformation, and it also involves the doing, the putting into the body what we've received in our luminous field, and then the sharing of the rite itself, to be in belief of the new rite, to be in belief that there's a new beginning. And we can see it in the gallery view, you know, like here we all are together. And Wilbert, of course, was calling on the mountains of all the sacred peaks, calling on the lineage itself of all our ancestors, even those to come, to help us now, as we are the emissaries of this light. We are the emissaries of the Inca tradition. We are the emissaries of the wisdom of the mountains. And we each have our own path to walk. And he wants us to walk that path in joy. He wants us to walk that path with practices that we know. He wants us to walk that path with a greater awareness of the natural world and the messages from the tides and the birds and the weather, the clouds, and all of nature infusing our journey. So I feel it's a great gift that Wilbert wishes to share. It's a great gift that Wilbert wants to support and let us experience. And later today, after we finish the call, we can go to a quiet place with our mesas or with a sacred stone or simply with our palms, place them at our hearts and feel what we've received, and ask for the messages that are available to us now from the lineage itself, from spirit in all its forms, and be joyful in the gift, however simple it seems. It's energetically potent, it's energetically real, and I think Wilbert would say we deserve it. I believe I heard a little bit earlier in his presentation, we have been working for these moments all our lives. We have been working to be ready to take the next step and to engage a portal in a new way. And we're each ready in our own way to take these next steps. To feel the connections, to act in a way that furthers the invitation to be of service to the lineage itself, to ourselves, to the community, to the world. There's so many ways to do this. And I think finally, Wilbert would say, and I've heard him say it time and time again, so have you, that the first thing we serve is ourselves. That the first priority is to be in balance within us and ready for the next opportunity to be of service in a broader way. And yet, unless we're joyful inside, unless we're aligned inside, unless we feel the moon eye, the heartfelt presence inside, we're of less value, more skewed in the outer world. And so it's a great gift to receive a reset. And we can feed this reset of our luminous field with our intentions, with our infusing energetically with our palms, the luminous field that we receive anew. And this is real. We can work with this. We can walk with it throughout the day. Wilbert, what else?
Okay, that's it. Once we have already, now it's time to say thank you to the Sakwat spaces. It's like closing the directions and say, and everything, all prayers has to say thank you for this moment. Thanks to show us. Thanks to real life. Thanks to touch my heart. Thanks to go inside of my body and put your vision, put your knowledge, put your love, and put your everything that we have, you put and receive. And that's when we have to say thank you. Because sometimes when we open in the directions, we ask it already that what was the purpose of today. So my purpose of today, for example, when I open in the direction was, give the Mosoq. Once we receive what we have to say just the thank you. And, it's not necessary that we have to say in Quechua, but, everybody, I think, can say, Añay. Añay is the word, the holy word in my tradition. Añay teitei, añay mamay, añay intitaita, añay mamaquilla, añay antihuayra, añay Juliahuayra, añay chinchiahuayra, añay por todo. This añay is free, but so powerful, which come from you, from the spirits, So we have to say just a thank you. I think, everybody with this, they're going to learn more, and hopefully in 1 year we will be so happy to give the Pampa Mesa, right? And one day we can do together a wonderful ceremony and biggest Haiwariku, which is going to be a powerful.
And again, what a perfect time, the solstice time. This time of year when there is the greatest light to draw on and where there is the greatest willingness to start anew, that nature gives us this possibility. And Wilbert, you're making your mixture.
Yes, because I'm going to go tomorrow. I'm going to do the ceremony tomorrow in my village. The highest point is Imanku is the place. So I have to do. Remember that when you are going to do the Apu, you have to do like these things, When I say you have to be in your service, means that you have to do special ceremonies, So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. So hopefully I'm going to send you some pictures. And for that, And yeah, tomorrow will be a nice day. I'm going to walk at least a 5 kilometers round trip. But it's so powerful place, so I'm going to do that one. So that's why. But anyhow, talking about today, you have already your Mosoq. So just to learn and welcome to this place. I think some of people has already experienced in this, What we are trying to do is just giving much more to be powerful. So right now we are talking about the Mosoq Chakri. If everybody has already experienced with Mosoq with someone from Peru, from Bolivia, from Ecuador, from somewhere, what we are doing today is Mosoq Chakri. So we are repotentiating our knowledge, our love, our energy. So with that, we'll be so much more powerful.
So you're talking about the people who are practitioners already and students of this lineage already.
I feel that some people are already has already idea about this. I feel that. So what we are doing is just giving much more, right? For example, I think they didn't have any idea about the take, but they know how we put in the center this take and why we are doing so. They know already. That's much more,
Well, and I think your example of the Kintus and the take is really profound in its own way. The Kintus, you're inviting us not only to engage the 3 leaves together, but to engage in a practice of prayer, in that that we can use our lives in that fashion, in a prayerful way, and that we can keep those prayers and keep a bigger focus on humanity through the take.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So I don't see the chat. If there is some questions, if there's questions, pleasure to give answers, you know. But I think I now they understand a little bit, you know. So if they are a little bit, we are okay.
I see a lot of comments and a lot of gratitude. And I think I don't see any more questions at this moment, just a lot of gratitude.
Yeah, there is a lot of people who know the word. For some, hey, Yupay-chani, that's a nice word. Yupay-chani, that's nice word. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I have to say to everybody, thanks for this moment that we shared, and thanks to maybe to hear my voice and like a simple Paco. Like I always say, this is Wilbert Salas, but it's not a special Wilbert Salas. It's just a simple Wilbert Salas who is trying to share what I have seen and what I learned and what I do day by day. Probably, you know, I ask already many times, forgive to the Mother Earth and forgive to the spirits. Maybe for the long time, I was just living with that like something which is not good in the life, you know, because that is that we learn from the Spaniards. You know, the Spaniards, the first thing that they did is just to kill us. You know, if they saw me, if they look, you know, that I'm doing this, probably they come here and took me and they kill me. But you know, that will not anymore. Now it's open. Now this is free, and that is so powerful, and we can do. And if we can just teach to the world of these things, I think we can shift the lives. Not just the lives, we can shift the social things, because you know what happened and what we need right now is much more integration, you and me, and integration is going to be ones that we can do in the world, because that is the only way that we can just have one idea. That's the only way that we can say, okay, let's change, and together we can do many, many things, you know.
You're a Renaissance man, Wilbert, because in other times you were organizing journeys for people. You're writing your book. You're engaging in ceremony. You're going to your community to do more service. You meet here today to offer this rite, you know, to give this gift, to let people experience the Mosoq Karpay and the possibilities that are contained in there. I think we'll only know how it is really in time, and we can see it in you. We can see it in your face and how you are and your enthusiasm for this work and this opportunity. I appreciate your willingness to share so freely.
Okay, so please, since there is no questions, can we close thanking to the Sakwate Spices? Is that okay with you, Robert, or there is more questions?
I think that's good.
Yes, and let me just say before you close Sacred Space, Wilbert, to everyone that Wake and Wilbert will be back next month on the 23rd of July to do a despacho, and we invite everyone to come back and share how the Mosoq Karpay has grown over the month.
And if you have 3 leaves at that time and 3 flowers together or multiples of those, you can bring those to the session and add your own prayers and either place them in the ground or place them in a fire, and we can share in that way as well. If you want to get a corn cob and do a take, all the better. But we could at least begin with the 3 leaves and the flowers and do our own prayer quintus with your support, Wilbert.
Let's ask him to them, please, Robert and Tricia, have with them and back with them on 23rd with a quintus. But quintus has to be well made, and quintus has to be made with a nice and great intention. Make happy your quinto. Singing, thinking, but no pissed off, please, okay? And that way it's going to come to us very nicely way. And it's gonna be so
That was bring happy Kintus, not pissed off Kintus.
Right.
Please.
That's
Yeah.
the guidance for next month. Between
That's
this month and
right.
I will check one by one, and I don't know how many people are gonna go. Spiritually, you are gonna give, and physically, I will represent for one of you with
Okay.
one Kintu. I will put here for you in the ceremony 23rd. It's going
Okay.
to be so powerful, okay?
So in
I promise you, I will do at least 30 or 40 Kintus for each of you, but you bring with you, and that's going to be a spiritual way you give me, and I will put with this one physically way, okay? So that's a nice thing that we can do, okay?
bring happy prayers, not pissed off prayers.
Exactly.
Okay,
right.
please, everybody to the Taita Inti Taita to the east direction, to the Wilcanina, okay? Everybody, Anyay Inti Taita, Anyay Taitay, Sumaktan Kuranka Havarijuan Ki Kwatunyanta Sumaknyanta. Kay Mosoq Nyamping kunangka purisahku, kay mosoq punchayping kunangka no kay kupa sumakta, tihirarisahku, yachasahku. Kampi yachay nikiwan kunangka sumakta haikusahku, hatun, yachay pachaman. You know, yachay pacha, the time to learn. Yachay pacha, time to learn, yachay pacha. Ayay orpiche son kuchay. To the south, lago titikaka, joya waira, hampite sumakta kunangka nikita. Ilimani, dipikit sa mga pitil sumakto lang ito. Kaya yachi, pachawang chiro, kiko, Mosoq Karpay niyo. Lipin mo kurang Mosoq Karpay niyo sumakto. Kampa yan kaya nikyo, ang kampa mo na nikyo, ang kampa dyan nikyo. Kurang ka po rin tako, ayun tayo ang kako sumakto dito. Ariyo, pichesong kuchay. Or pichesong kuchay. Ahora sí que la ves. Continuaira, hampi tete sumakto ko ng kakunti suyo, sumakto tete ko ng kaisalicho ng atong kalpaw, sumakto pa, dito tete ko ng kamoso. Ngayon ka na ako, ipin ko ng kakaipin po rin tako, sumakto ichinyampi. Sumata ko ng katunya, tatun chakata, hatun chakana, trawang kipite, ipinte ko ng kaitsin. Alin dete chong kipite, sumatas, kung pa ko na sumatay. Alin nyampi, sumaknyampi, kapag nyampi, kore nyampi, charawang kipite, or piche son pochay. Tinchay waira, hampi tete ko ng kasumata tete. Anyay, or pichon, koy, kami tete, hatun kalpay, kayo sumakalpay. Alin dete chong kiko ng punche, alin mikay ko ng kat. Alin jachay tete, Mosoq ta ko ng kasumatura, kuiko, kunang hatun ray bicha kuy punchepi kay inti ray mi punchepi kun kay idar bicha kuy kilapi ali tete hay ori ko ke sumato na pai kuna sumato son ko hay sanga ko pai kuna suman kon chonga ko or piche son ko cha or piche obje Pachamamita Santa Madre Tierra Pachamamita son pata anyay Pachamamita anyay Pachamamita sumata kuna gracias Pachamamita thank you madre gracias por todo lo que nos has por todo lo que nos has hecho. Sumata, hemos recibido toda tu bondad, todo tu espíritu. We receive all your knowledge, all your love, all your energy, all your great medicine. We are ready to receive. Gracias, Pachamamita. Gracias, Pachamamita. Sumata, kami hatong mama grande. You are a great mother. Sumata ko ila po ang kiko sa pag-uncheck. Mana po kampakan yan na pasuramos ang kiko at sumakachwa sa pasuramos. Kapap siya man, yipikot iyo ko yung sumakot. Orpite son ko chay. Apo kantang hatong taita sumaktaita, hatong chakana yipikiti, taita mamakilya, mamakoto, hatong chakana sumakta taita ko nang Mosoq Karpay niyo ko nang kapakiki ko na. Chay shaman directory, sumakta ko nang ka. Ay siya di chinkia, tapos chinkia sumakta ko nang ka. Puri di chinkia, yan ka di chinkia ko nang ka. Chay Mosoq Karpay niyo. Kunang kaya Mosoq Karpay yung sumakta ko nang ka po rin kako. Hatong kalpaw, sumakalpaw. Alin ka ko, pasumakanan ko. Ipin ko na. Yuyainin ko man, suray ko. Songkong ko man, suray ko. Koskompit, suray ko. Alin ka titik na. Kaya yuyainin ko, ngaya ko ng kapuritsyon ko. Kampa yuyainin kintete. Kampa muna inikin. Kampa kosko kintete. Kampurityon. Alin ka ko na. Tikaritsyon ko. Tikaritsyon ko. Tekse mo yun tinta ko na. To all the world. Tekse mo yun tinta. Antes suyo man kontisuman si ko suno. Pai kuna kuna kara kirichun ko ya chaita sumata alin kana sumata alin nyampi por kuna ko pa sumata de kuna sumata samin changia kuna ka ama changia mai pinya gratintas mai pinya ka kutingo sa pagkang ko ama charin ki de yu yarin kia yu ni kon kai pe ni kon sa ni de Orpiche son kuchay. Gracias, Ane, to everybody. Thank you to everybody. Gracias. Tukuyache niyo, tukumuna niyo, tukuyan niyo. Mosoq yache niyo, mosoq muna niyo, mosoq yan niyo. Tan kuna pak sumakachun taite sumak. Kan kuna pak kuna sumak, kan kuna pura mark niya ikuis. Kan kuna pura sumak niya. Okay, give your heart to yourself, please, and say thank you for this moment. Gracias. Orpiche son kuchay. Okay. That is all to everybody, please. Thank you.
I
Thank
think
you very much, Wilbert.
I think I can safely say we all send you much love, Wilbert, for your journey tomorrow. Travel safely. Have a wonderful ceremony with your community. And we will see you next month. And thank you so much, Wake, for always bringing all of yourself and your wisdom to us. And I also want to let everyone know that we have 2 events each month. And the first event next month is actually on the 9th. And Joan Parisi Wilcox will be joining us on the 9th. And she's going to talk about the Inca seed, which is actually perfect timing for after receiving the Mosoq, because the Inca seed is your unique drop of the divine. And Wilbert just asked you who you are. So I think that will be a perfect thing to explore the Inca seed before we come back next time to make our despacho. So if you're not on our mailing list, please go to shamansdirectory.com and join our community. We'll send you our July newsletter next week. And we thank you all again for spending your Saturday morning with us, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Inca seed,
Yeah.
Muhu.
Muhu.
Thank you. Thank you,
Muhu,
Wilbert.
the
Thank you,
beginning of the
everybody.
life. The Inca seed, the beginning of the life. Muhu. That's nice. Beautiful theme. Beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, Wilbert. You Pachani.
Orpiche son kuchay.